Hello everyone, this is Ruffy Frostina, and welcome back to Higurashi, When They Cry. Huh. Strange. Anyway, let's continue our little adventure. I took it a little bit too easy on the morning of my day off. I was totally late. Today was the day Rina and Neon were going to show me around Hinamizawa. Rina and Neon were already waiting at the meeting place. Kei-chan, you're late! Sorry. The show I was watching last night was really interesting. Blame that! Oh, so that's your excuse for being late and keeping two girls waiting. Kei-chan, you just got here yourself. Last night's episode of A Day in the Life of was interesting, wasn't it? She was just as guilty as me. Rina was carrying a pretty heavy-looking handbag. Sure doesn't show it in her sprite. What is that? Neon answered my unspoken question with a wink. That's right, Rina really did make a picnic. Aw, Kei-chan, after you left, Rina pulled out all the stops. It's not like I forced her to do it. It was nothing, so don't worry about it, okay? She's been like this since last night, you know? Can you take responsibility for this? Right, alright. I'm the man, after all. I'll take responsibility. Huh? Responsibility? For what? For what? As we both turned slowly to look at Rina, our gazes drifted onwards to the massive handbag she was carrying. It didn't seem logically feasible that it would be entirely filled with lunchboxes. Except this was Rina we were talking about here. She's pretty strong for someone who's like, I don't know how old. About 2 kilos, I guess? When Rina was picking it up, I could see she was struggling a bit. I say 5. You're exaggerating. Keiichi-kun is a boy after all. I thought he could probably eat a lot, so I made a lot, okay? Let's get going! Yee-haw! Just from the way she was lifting it up, I couldn't believe it. The only things in there were lunchboxes. Correction, I say 5 kilos too. I'll help out. But all of it needs to be eaten. I won't forgive you and make Rina sad. Got it? The only thing I could do at that moment was exercise a bit to make myself hungrier. Having finished with the pleasantries, we began our leisurely stroll. A carefree walk, bathed in the gentle morning sunlight. I couldn't have imagined something so wholesome existed during my time in the city. These were the boonies, after all. No slovenly desk jockeys trudging to work on the weekends out here. It was a really nice place, peaceful and quiet. As sparsely populated as the village was, you could still run into people just by walking around. Good day. Good day. Oh, it would be Miyabara-kun, I believe? We took a penny and exchanged greetings with everybody we ran across. All of these passerby even knew my name. When did I become this famous? We passed 3 people, and when all 3 of them knew me, I started to feel a bit paranoid. It's sad to say, everyone knows everyone since there are so few people here in Hinamizawa. So that means when an unfamiliar face walks by, they automatically assume it is that Miyabara fellow who just moved here? Yeah, that's how it works out. This process of elimination you could only pull off in a place like this, but it was quite effective. No, I'd better make sure to maintain a good reputation. Today I'm discovered accidentally gawking at a dirty magazine in the bookstore. I can expect the villagers labeling me as a lech the next day. Hinamizawa was not to be trifled with. That's not the end of this nightmare. Of course I know them. The first previous person we met was Old Man Takizo from the Kino bike shop. His hobbies are bonsai and playing the flute. Next we met the grocer's second son, Daisuke-kun. His hobby is sharpshooting, and he hopes to be an ace sniper in the future. And the person we just met was Mio-san, a nurse from the clinic. Her hobbies are birdwatching and photography. And those are games I've ever wanted to have. Even the profiles? Seeing my surprise, Leon and Rina exchanged looks and burst into bursting laughter. Well, yeah. Not like the city, where people hardly know their neighbors. Let's try it out. You there, who am I? You're Keiichi Maibara. You say some mean things, but you're actually a kind, shy person. It's been 3 weeks since you transferred here. Your hobby is taking afternoon naps. But you switched over to wearing boxers. Didn't you? That's enough! That's enough! Boxers. Enough of that! Apparently there's absolutely nothing you can take in here. Hinamizawa was not a place to be trifled with. This feels more like you guys are showing me off rather than showing me around. That's right. We're parading around like this, after all. Don't you all think so too? That Kei-chan is fitting right here in Hinamizawa. The population in Hinamizawa is shrinking, so the villagers welcome anyone that isn't new here. I thought about brushing it off with something to the effect of, "You're kidding," but I held back. Had I ever greeted someone with someone who's just moved in the city like this before? Maybe about it, that made me believe what they said wasn't a joke at all. I cast another person. Of course, you would call that again the same way. Oh my, good day. It's wonderful seeing you getting along. This lady here is Fujishima-san. Good day! Oh my name, Barakun. How wonderful are you having a lovely girl on each arm. How are you? Putting this to life here? Instead of regurgitating a prepared response like I would have in the city, I responded with an emphatic nod. The old woman chuckled, missing her appreciation of how energetic I was. Good. As I looked back over to Rina and Neon, they gave me a wink. Wink! So, now then. Shall time to have lunch, maybe? Maybe? Rina's brilliant smile signaled the approach of an event that both Neon and I were trying to forget. We both looked at each other. I'm a man, I'll do what I can. But it's just too much. It's fine, Kei-chan. Leave it to this old man. Leon has never seemed as reliable as he does right now. And expect no less from the class representative. Rina, if we're going to eat, we might as well go somewhere with a good view. Why, yes! Good idea! I agree! Rina nodded her head happily in response to Neon's proposal. Cresting the top of the stone stairway, a shrine drawn straight out of my imagination appeared before us. It had worn down a bit through the years, but the fallen leaves had been swept up, giving it a tidy feeling. This here is a Purude shrine. It's probably the place with the best view around. This place. Be sure to remember it. On our next break, a festival will be held here. Isn't it a bit too early in the season for a festival? The Wataka Nagashi isn't a summer festival. Long ago, it used to be a celebration near the end of winter. I was embarrassed for assuming the festivals had to be held in the summer. Now then, spread out the lunchboxes, and there. Various colored lunchboxes were placed one after the other on top of a plastic sheet. It sure did smell delicious. It was Rina's home cooking. It went without saying that it would be delicious. But is it even possible to finish all of this? Hey, Neon! It'll take more than just a good view to get all this down! Get this all down, you know! Oh, hey, Rika. Hey, Satoko. Good afternoon. It was Rika-chan and Satoko. Why are they here? Neon grinned over at me. I see. This is our secret plan. The power in numbers! Have my thanks, Mion! Probably not when all the pieces in my place are my specialty. It's my specialty.
Just had to come since there was such commotion. What is the meaning of all this? Of this?
Look, it's time for lunch. The face said, handmade gourmet meal by Raymond. I'm not sure what it's called.
I can see that much. Why have you laid us trapped on our property?
The temple is public ground. The temple is public grounds. It's not yours.
H is right. This is one's property.
Wow! Rika-chan's such a good girl. Have a seat. Eat with us. After opening up a spot for Rika-chan, I promptly turned my back on Satoko.
Hold on 1 second! Where's my spot? No spot for you!
No spot for you and nothing for you to eat.
Don't worry. Don't worry. There's some for you too. None! I'll eat all of hers!
I will not allow that.
Rika! Ah! Here, chopsticks.
Both Satoko and I left up the boxes, having it out with each other. Man, really. Kei-chan, you're good at leading people on. You might have a talent for this.
Have a plate. One for me-chan and Rika-chan too.
Rina whipped out pairs of chopsticks and paper plates.
If you don't hurry, it'll all be eaten up.
That's right. Okay. Shall we commence this battle?
You see a lot. There's enough for everyone.
Rina said, as she opened up a thermos. Just then, I realized this lunch was made under the assumption that 5 people would be eating. It didn't change how much it was, but the implication behind it was different.
Will not allow you to have this hamburger!
Use your elbow against the rules, Satoko! Grabbing the back of my collar.
Grabbing the back of my collar is also against the rules!
It was a tough battle, blocking her full momentum and an elbow in the opening moves. Satoko appeared to have the upper hand, but the difference in our proficiency with chopsticks proved to be fatal and gave me the upper hand! Satoko Hojo has been bested! No! Satoko and I amiably began joking at the same time, falling backwards and spasming. Rika-chan patted me on the head to clear it, even though it was actually stuck in my throat. Seeing that made Rina blush and breathe heavily in excitement. It was almost like flowers were floating all around her. Mion advised Rina to refrain from saying anything that could get her. This is how our meals usually go. I do anything in my power, just so things would stay like this. The intense battle calmed. Finally, everyone reached a point where they could begin talking. Receiving tea from thermos, I let out a small sigh. I do wonder why there are so few words in Japanese to praise how something tastes. Isn't it because of the idea's togetherness during a meal that didn't begin until the modern era?
It seems that long ago, people ate in silence. It must have made other people preparing the food a bit sad, don't you think? It's probably because back then the people were busy even while eating and didn't have the time to complement the flavor.
That's just you.
But you know, just hearing that it's gonna make me happy. That my effort was worth it, I mean.
She blushed a little as she said that.
It was delicious.
With absolutely perfect timing, Rika-chan struck Rino directly with praise. She looked straight at her with the expression of bewitching innocence.
Huh?
Rina uttered an unintelligible noise. A ring of smoke rose from her head with an audible clink.
Oh! Rika-chan, I'm gonna take you home! No, I mean, thank you! It was really delicious.
Rina flushed red with excitement, embracing Rika-chan and rubbing her cheek against her so hard you could almost hear it.
More Rika-chan for her, please. Ta-da! These are special! 2 apple rabbits!
2 apple rabbits! After sticking toothpicks into them, she thrust them towards Rika-chan. Rika-chan accepted them. Her mood suddenly shifted in a bizarre way. Oh no. Oh. What is it, Satoko? What's with the defiant look?
Does everyone prepare proper praise to receive apples from Rina-chan?
Don't push yourself. What kind of praise can you think of with your weak vocab?
Oh, well then, allow me to show you who I am! This is who I am!
Satoko reenacted the ending of Shadow the Hedgehog for some reason. Actually, no. After Satoko flashed Mion and Miu with a defiant look, she changed the tone of her voice seriously. Hey! So Rina only sounds much? Satoko thought it was me too. Just saying. Satoko looked...
Hey! So Rina Oni-chan's lunch? Satoko thought it was yummy too.
Satoko looked up at her proudly while talking to Tsuki. What? How was that praise? That's not even persuasion by tears, that's persuasion by cuteness, isn't it? This is Arena Limited special skill. She blushed and her head spun, waving around in circles. Don't fall for it, Lena! Of course, that was asking for the impossible. Rina glanced at Satoko and began rubbing her cheek against her.
Cute! Your Coco is so cute! Take you home! Ow!
Swish! Stop! Push! Satoko was also presented with apple rabbits. After scarfing them down in her mouth, she looked over at Mion and me again with that defiant gaze. It took almost only 5 seconds to take down Rina. That's unfair! To think that she had such a trick.
It upsets you so much, why not reward Rina-chan with some praise?
Damn it! That was a dirty trick! First of all, that wasn't even praise! Satoko, I think you've won with that, don't you? How about I show you guys something much better than your superficial gimmicks?
Sounds great, Mia. What kind of trick is it?
K-chan is going to be the one who does it. What?
Oh, why don't I have you show me then?
The writing of it?
The writing of an old maid!
The plan of the attack she suggested was wicked.
Totally wicked.
But it was the only thing we had to beat Satoko! After sipping my tea, I started talking very naturally and calmly. Perfectly! It really is good, isn't it? It's all freshly made, right?
No. Actually, almost all of it was frozen stuff.
Then which ones did you make fresh?
Well, it's embarrassing. Do I really have to say? Sigh.
In the synergy of boy plus handsome lunchbox, my expression had melted into euphoria. I already know. This one, right? Nina turned an even deeper shade, with the words,
I can't believe it!
practically written on her face.
How can you tell? How? It's that I made it!
Of course, Mion had told me beforehand. It's been perfect so far. After acting like I was shy, I waited a beat. Next would be the finisher. It had your smell. Silence enveloped the area. Rina, face still completely red, froze solid. With a small yelp, Satoko also blushed. Of course, I did too. I sure would like to try one of Rina's handmade apple rabbits or something. Even if this was all because I was competing against Satoko, I felt like I had crossed the line by a good 9 yards, I think. Then at the moment... Whoosh! It was a Tupperware container full of rabbits!
Please, it's okay, Chico! This is a dance party for you!
It only doesn't matter, it'll shove it into my mouth, knocking me over!
Okay.
My head was forcibly laid upon her lap, and even more apples shoved into my mouth. I was clearly one apple after another. Into my mouth. How about them apples, Toko? Looks like we win. Hey-chan, that was a beautiful sacrifice. How's that, Toko? This is our complete victory, isn't it?
I can't believe it! Such trickery! It doesn't bother me at all!
Toko ground her teeth. Mortified! We did it! I claim victory as my conscience drifted slowly away from me! At that time, Rina stopped her squealing as she suddenly realized something.
Rika-chan, you're not eating it? Did the salt water make it too strong? Maybe?
Looking over, Rika-chan had pulled the toothpick out of the apple rabbit, placed it into her cupped hands, and seemed to be at a loss for what to do.
Poor Mr. Rabbit. I feel sorry for him. I want to save him. Whee!
That was the sound of blood spurting from Rina's nose.
I will stay home.
She stuck sporadically, her head wobbling back and forth. Then, coming back to her senses, she took all the apples around me, gathered them up with a whip, and fixed them back on the blade.
Have it all just fine, okay? Here, I'll give you them. I'll get them to you, Rika-chan, okay? Okay.
Rika-chan raised Toko's head, and like a referee after having that plate of rabbit shoved to her, she whispered, "This is our victory." What? A comeback? Hey, no. I just don't care anymore. That's my sacrifice. Anyway, that's going to end today's episode. See you all then. Bye, everyone!